This is HTML 106. This is HTML 106, or rather HTML 105, which is background images and links. But we need to talk to the assignment I gave you guys. This is what I gave you guys the last time. So somebody sent in the assignment, and I want to take a crack at it. I want to look at what the person did. So please, it's important that when I give you guys assignment, you work on it. It's very important because there's a learning point to everything I requested of you guys to do. So this is the assignment. I'm going to do a preview so that we can see a result. We're going to check what we have versus what it is we did. So this is the assignment, and it's not looking bad. It's looking good. This is not looking bad at all. So I want to look at the person's code to see what the person has done. So number one, I don't think Prettier was installed. If Prettier was installed, this is going to be cleaned up. Prettier was not installed. Another thing, again, you can see so many distance, so many gap. And Prettier is installed on my system, but if I save the file now, it's going to be formatted properly. So you can see that immediately I saved, everything got formatted properly. The code got formatted. So you need to install Prettier on your system. If it's not installed, maybe it's not properly configured. But I can look into that later to show you how to configure. I'll send you a video to show you how to configure it properly so that it will match up. So I remove excess line. I'm going through it one after the other. So you specify the width. So this is okay. This is in line. This is in line with what we are expecting. So you're able to specify a fixed width and height. Perfect. This is a good job. So that it will maintain height and width, because without that it will literally be small. So this is good one, good one, good one. I didn't even think about this. So this is good, and I think you maintain that across board to give it the same look. So this is a good job. This will you know allow you to understand table very well. That was the idea. That was the reason for the exercise. So if you did not partake in this exercise, you are missing, you know, you are missing something already. So what other thing do we need to do? Okay, so this one is not properly aligned. You open the body, you close the body here. So let me look at it down. You didn't close the body properly. So the proper body is not properly closed. You know that the content of the site should be inside a body. So this should be removed here, and it should terminate at the end like this. So this is why you do um, practice. This is why you practice. And remember, when you sent me the screenshot, I said good, and I wanted to see the code. So the screenshot of the results is not the only thing that we care about. I also care about how you got, the code, because HTML could be so forgiving. It's not that strict, so you could, get away with quite a lot of things. So that's fine. What we are doing today is background images and link. So let me put that here. And do you guys have questions on today's topic, which is HTML 105? I assume that you guys have gone through the video. So I need chorus answer. Okay, so you sent in yours, right? Okay, let me review another one that was sent to me. Tell me hi on WhatsApp, please. Say hi to me on WhatsApp so that I will quickly review yours now. Tell me hi, say hi on WhatsApp for me so that I can review yours immediately. Another one here I want to quickly review. And this one comes with images. That's cool. Let's see how it works. I'm going to drag the whole thing inside here to see add folder to workspace. Okay, yeah. Now we have it's inside project image chest. I'm trying to see how I can get to it. Let me put everything inside image. move. Okay, I might need to reveal the folder so that I can do the adjustments manually because it's putting the image outside. So this is the folder. This is how I want it. Okay, so I can remove this one. Okay, so this one is called chessboard. Let's get to see the preview before we review the code. Let's get to see the preview before we check through the code. Okay, cool. This one has the chess piece on it, which is cool. Cool. In design, the images is not popping. I think the image will do well in red. If the image was red, it will pop out, but that's still fine. It's still fine. The idea is that you understand the concept of what it is you want to do. So let's review the HTML code and see if everything is in line. The same thing here. I don't think you have Prettier working perfectly on your system. So because I have Prettier working on my system, if I press Ctrl S, you're gonna see what's gonna happen. Prettier just make the code pretty. You can see that it made everything align properly. So I'm gonna change one or two things. You have indenting with a lot of space. I'm gonna change mine to 2 so that it doesn't have too much indentation. Again, let's go through the code. We have the header, we have the style. Cool. I've not taught you guys this, but that's fine. I've not taught you guys style, but that's fine. We are still in HTML. We've not started doing heavy styling. So this is a little bit advanced, but it's okay. We are still getting to this point whereby you are supposed to move all your styling to this part of the screen. It's okay if you still have it inside here. There's a reason for that. We still have like 4 more class on HTML. Then we now go to CSS. I will now explain this part for you very well. So it's okay if you want to do it like this. So we have the body. Okay, doing good. Okay, that was the text. Then okay, so I pretty much, well, it's good that you did your research. Your research showed you something, which is this. Your research showed you something, which is this. So I didn't want to make it complex. That's why I didn't talk about this. This is how to specify some special character on your, what's it called now, on your computer. Your computer has special character that you can actually harness, like for example, exclamation mark. Let me show you those character. So there are special characters on the system that are there, but until, if you don't know the code, you won't be able to access those characters. Let me show you that. So if I go to UTC character, let me make that screen available. So these are the characters I'm talking about. It's not just ABCD that is available on your computer. You can actually access more sophisticated character, but you then need to know the code. I didn't want to go through this route to start explaining all these things. So this person has done the research and thereby had access to get other character. Like to get this character now, you have to do this. If you want to get, let's look for advanced character, and let's look for more character that looks interesting, like something like this. Now for example, to get something like this, you have to use, there's an HTML version of it if you want that. So what this person has done was to look for version of chess character, and then represent it with HTML character as well. So there's a lot of character here, guys. there's a lot there's a lot that you can represent. So it's not just the normal ABCD we know. There are extended character that could be represented using HTML. And that's what the person has harnessed instead of using images. Okay, let's move on. So I said this would have been good if it's red. I think red will pop out. Let's try red. So red is popping out, not bad. Not bad. Can change the font size. The font size is not increasing. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, I guess you would have done some research now to get all these things. So that's the idea of all these things. This is good. This is good. Good job. Let's move on to today's class. So in today's class, we'll be looking at images, background images, and links. So do we have any questions? I'm sure you guys have gone through the video. So this is time for questions. Questions. So it means you guys understood everything about 105. That's what it means. If you guys don't have questions, it means you understood everything in 105. So let me do review on the subject matter. So since there's no question, let me do a review. So images are very important when it comes to websites because images are ways for you to be able to, represent, to say more things. Image, you can pass in a million words with image. Once you put an image, you don't need to express yourself. An image has a way of communicating better than text because text, you have to stress yourself and read through the whole thing. So if you have an image, you can be able to do quite a lot of stuff. So, but the question is, how do you then bring in image into your application? There are two ways you can bring in image: through background image or the image as an element. So I will state that again. Two ways in which image can come on your site, either by setting it as a background or by setting it as an element. So let's start by setting it as a background. To set it by background, I'll use the same site as well. To set it as a background, you need to look at the property for background property. That's the background property that we have here, which is background color. So instead of you saying background color, you could actually specify another one and says background image. So what this does is allow you to go and specify the image that you want to use for the background of the body. So look at where we are writing this property. It's very important that you look at where the property is being applied to. The property is being applied to the body of the site. So what that means is that whatever you are doing here is being applied to the entire body of the site. So let's see if we have an image that we can use. I saw an image here, which is a chess piece. Can we make this one the background image? So let's look for a nice image that we can quickly use online. So let me just quickly check for an image that we can use online. So let me just say background image. So let's search for background image. I've seen a fine one. Let's go with this dark guy. So I'm going to download this guy. It's going to be big, but we'll manage it. 1 megabyte. It's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to bring the picture inside our app. So the image is now on the left hand side. I just got this online. When you are naming your image, make sure you name it something very short and don't put space and lowercase or lowercase so that you can easily reference it when you need it. So I have a background there. I have a screenshot. Okay, this was old, so we don't need this. This is what we want to use as a background to this our chess app that we have here. So how do you use it? How do you set it as a background? You come to where you have this background image and you say background and background image. the property of the background, we already have the image. You know what the image is? The image name is called bg.jpg. It's very important. The name is very important. So once you have this here background image, then the property is a little bit different. What will come to your mind is, to just specify the property direct, which is bg.jpg. But if you do this way, it won't work. You need to create a kind of, it has a procedure. So that procedure is, you say URL, and in bracket you put all this information in brackets. So this is a little bit different from what you've been seeing. All we've been saying before now is to say, oh, padding is equal to a value, color is equal to red, background is a little bit different. It comes with this weird kind of preparation whereby you need to say URL, inside it put a single quote, and you put the address where the image exists inside there. Now, once you do that, you can see what is happening to your image. Your image is kind of very big, which is not bad, but you need to scale the image to match what it is you want to do. Look at the way the image look like. Do you see that we're only seeing like 10% of the image? Look at this part, this left hand side. This is like 10% of the image being shown here. So this image must be very, very big. So that's the way it shows. But you can control how that image adjusts to what it is you are doing by saying background. There are other property to set for background image, and the next one I want to talk about is the background size. So you can use the size to control the image. The first one I want to show you is cover. What cover does is that it covers the background with the full image. So irrespective of the size of the image, is going to cover the background with the image. Do you see what's happening? So any way it is going to make sure that it covers the background of the body with that image. The reason why this is being applied to the body of the site is because that's where we've added the style to sit. We added it in the body. So you could have as well done this on any part of this element. So everything you are doing here can still be obtainable in the body of the site. So let's move on, guys, and then check other ones. There's cover, and there's also contain. So contain means it will just float inside. There are many of it inside it. So when you say contains, you have this weird effect that shows that because you can have many of the background inside the site. That's what it's doing here. So if you notice on the right hand side, there's a repetition. So immediately it's finished, it repeats another one again. So if you don't want that kind of experience, so you can see that we have like so many duplicates of the same background image, giving you a kind of repetition. So if you don't want this kind of experience, you don't want it to repeat itself, you can actually tell it that, hey, don't repeat. And how do you set that? Is under background repeat, and you say no repeat. So when you say no repeat, it maintains that size irrespective of the fact that the image is small or not small. So that one happens for no repeat. But of course, if you want to cover the whole full screen, you can just say, instead of saying contains, you will say cover. Now, this same size is also very dynamic. It doesn't just accept only this stuff alone. It also accepts things like specific number, like width and height. So you can say, oh, no, I don't want it to cover the whole entire site or the entire body. I just want it to cover like 400 by 400. I want this to be 400 by 400. You could actually do that. So you can say 400 pixels by 400 pixels. So you can get to see it's looking weird like this. So there will be a reason why you want it to be like this. But you can say you want it to be 400 across, like 400, and then it will be proportionate like this. So if you say 500, it will come this way, like that. If you say you want 700, it will give you this way. And you can also implement percentage. It will take the whole screen like that across the width, like that. So you could say auto, and 100%. What that means is that you want the height to be 100% and the width you just take full percentage. But what I will just advise you to use for now is cover. But having all these settings in your mind, will need it in the future. So this is the basic information of how to use background image. There are more other options, and I think we've covered that in the video. The next one, because we have limited time now, we didn't start in time. So let me quickly cover image itself. Link is straightforward. We will not cover the link. It's already available in the video already. So let's quickly cover normal image. And the normal image is if you want to bring image into as a chess item into this table. So let's bring an image in and let's put it here. Let's put it here. So you use an image tag, which is img. That's how to bring image in, and you specify the source. src is equal to the value of the image you want to bring in. So let's go and look for image that we have already. We have you can see the where the image is inside chess, or rather it's inside images, or img/images. It's very important that you look at the directory, and it's called chess1 and it's .png. So let's follow all those things that we've seen right now. So the source is inside img/. You can see that automatically the system is also picking it and showing us the option. So you can use that, and you have your chess piece right there. Now our chess piece has messed up what it is we are doing. For starters, it looks as if the chess image is white. So this is a bad choice for any design you are trying to do. Because it's white, it will not even show here. So let's put it over the pink. If we have a black, we could do a black. So let's put it over pink color. I think this one should be a pink color. So let's put it here. And you can see that it's showing now. Of course, it has messed up the height that we have. You can fix that. We'll fix that just now. And that's to tell you all the feature that images has. So you can also style your image either by using the style or by specifying the width and the height. So there is a property or an attribute for an image for you to specify the width or the height. You could actually do this. I always recommend that you just change one of them and the rest will follow. So if you specify the width to be, let's say 30 px, you can see that the height also followed suit. So you can change the height of, since the height is one of the important things that we're worried about. Let's use 20. So you can see that 20 has taken its position that way. And yeah, the reason why it's having this, we can use the hack from one of the student assignments. I like this hack. I didn't even think about it. Having a fixed height for the TR table row. That's like cool hack there. So we can have that so that we will have a perfect height like that and width. So this can run for every other thing. Does anyone has a question? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, any question? Any question? Any question?